Are you struggling week to week with ideas for fresh content to post? If you're always wondering, I don't know, I have nothing left to post here, I'm posting the same thing every single day, nobody's interested, I'm losing followers, nobody cares, stay tuned, my friends, because we have a good amount of fresh content ideas coming your way. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new to our channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. Look who's back joining me today.
In the building.
Left me hanging.
But you held it down.
But I held it down. I think you were sick, right?
I was sick. It's been a rough time.
Yeah, but you look fresh and you look great, and you're
cleaned up.
You're back to help the subscribers find some fresh content ideas.
That's it.
So we decided to film this video because this is one of the major pain points that we hear from clients a lot, and also just when people are coming to us and asking us questions, it's just like, I don't know what to post. I'm posting the same type of thing every single day, and it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And you might see also engagement decline because of this, because it can get boring. If you feel that you're on autopilot in some way and that everything you're posting is just the same, by the end of this video, you will have a slew of fresh content ideas that you can start implementing immediately so that you can gain new followers, keep your current followers interested, and just create like a cool, diverse social media strategy. The first thing I want to actually talk about before we get into it is that if you have not watched our video on how to schedule 1 week of content in 1 hour, you're going to want to do that as well. It's going to tie into this video. You can check it in the information, click the little I above there, open a new tab, watch this one first, watch the other one first, whatever. But it'll definitely help you in making sure that once you have all these fresh content ideas, you have a way to schedule them in. So it's just nice and easy and simple to schedule out and enjoy your content as it rolls out after you create it. So, without further ado, let's get started.
All right, number one, launch a series. There's nothing more that people like than something that they can look forward to every day, week, month, some sort of continuous time. And series are perfect for that. We've used that technique with numerous clients, and it works so well. Basically, if you're able to create, whether it's a video series, a photo series, maybe something that's got a specific hashtag that people can follow along with, just something that you can create that makes sense for your brand, that draws people in week on week, and then they keep coming back and keep looking forward to something. So for example, we had a client who were makeup artists and they did makeup tips. So we got them to do a Tips Tuesday video, just a 1 minute video. This was, I think, before
pre-IGTV.
It was, right?
It would be on
we had the 1 minute limit, so we made it, that's right, good call.
Yeah.
So we made them keep it under a minute. And it was just really like a nice, fun thing that was actually useful. Like the followers could immediately apply the tips. They did really well.
Yeah.
The girls were quite bubbly and they had a great chemistry, so that made it easier as well. But it was 1 minute. They recorded it on their phone. Super simple, no editing really required. And as time went on, added some graphics and things like that. But it doesn't have to be
ring light, added a ring light, all that jazz.
As they grew with it, right? And that's fine. That's what you do. You just do it, put it out there, and improve as you go. And also, it gives you the peace of mind that you have the one piece of content every week. At the very, very least, you have this one thing that you can prepare for and think ahead. Maybe you could batch them. We also have a video on how to create content and batching. Don't remember which video that was.
I will put it in the
whatever it is, it'll be down there, it'll be up there.
Yeah.
It's around.
Second content idea is to run a giveaway. People love free stuff. We all know that they love free stuff. So contests work for contests or giveaways, sweepstakes. They work for a few different reasons. One is that you get to attract new followers to your page.
Yep.
And what's great about all these new followers that you bring in, the ones that fall off after they might not win the giveaway, that's fine, because the ones that stay mean that they're interested in you and are likely to become customers in the future. So now you've attracted a bunch of people to come to your page who are interested in the giveaway and then might turn into a customer, which is fantastic. And it's also just like a fresh boost in the feed. So that's why we like it as a content piece. Don't overdo it. I wouldn't recommend doing it more than once a month. But if you throw a giveaway in there about once a month, you're going to have this nice new fresh content in your feed, and it doubles up as a great way to bring more attention to your posts and to your profile.
Okay, number 3, host an AMA, also known as an Ask Me Anything. This style of content was popularized by Reddit, but now most of the live services on all the different platforms have some sort of a Q&A function. Specifically, Instagram Stories has one that they brought in a few months ago, I believe. So if you prepare ahead of time and you let your audience know that you're going to be on at this day, at this time, doing an Ask Me Anything, or Q&A, doesn't have to be AMA, then they'll be able to submit their questions beforehand. So even before you go on, and maybe if it's a little slow and people aren't asking questions immediately, you'll have a list of questions that genuinely came from your audience, or you could have a list of also pre-prepared stuff early on, and as you grow, you'll be able to just jump on and there'll be people asking you a million questions. But it's just a way to give them a personalized touch from your brand, and people always want to talk to the brands, and then they're actually seeing your face and having their questions answered directly by you. It's a super key way to keep them engaged.
Number 4 is to go live. This actually kind of follows the AMA, Ask Me Anything type of content. So going live is awesome. Instagram, Facebook, these platforms love it when you go live, so they favor that. That's why you get those push notifications every time someone goes live. That's because Instagram wants you to use it. So going live can be a really great way to show behind the scenes. So there's the Ask Me Anything way to do it, but also just showcasing stuff behind the scenes, just jumping in and letting people know what's going on. You don't want to go live too often, but I think it's a really cool way to connect with your audience in real time. And we really see a lot of great engagement with our clients when they decide to go live, especially when it's the founder.
Yes. Number 5, account takeovers. So this is generally for brands who have somewhat of an influencer budget, or at least some sort of marketing budget that can go towards bringing somebody in to actually take over the account for you. So it's not even you having to do the content, they just do it all. Basically, a lot of influencers on Instagram do this as a service. They're able to create the content for you, whether it's a stories takeover. For example, one of our clients is a hotel type of company. So they would have influencers go in, they'll be able to show the neighborhood, they'll be able to show the actual space where they're staying, and just give you a first-hand view from a third party exactly what that experience is like. Alternatively, you could get a photographer, for example, to just do photos of your product for a week in certain circumstances. You could have a theme for it. They'll do the takeover shoot, and then you just distribute that content out throughout a week. And essentially, they don't even touch your account. You do it all yourself, but you're just bringing in a third party, essentially, to help you do that. So generally, like I said, you would need a budget, but maybe you could do some sort of exchange if you're not in that position yet for services or goods or something like that.
And what I also love about this is that if you are hiring an influencer or a content creator, make sure that on their feed, they draw everybody over. So you want them to say like, hey guys, I'm going to be on X and X's feed for the next 2 days. Make sure you go follow along the journey. So that way, not only are you getting all this fresh new content in your feed, you're getting a slew of new followers from somebody who is similar to your brand. So should be engaged and will be retained as a follower and new customer for your brand.
Yes.
If you want to make sure that the influencer that you're hiring is actually influential, we have a video on this because we don't play when it comes to influencers. Description, and you can hit the card up there. Number 6, repurposing content. Repurposing content is an awesome way to take one thing that you've created and make sure that it has basically 9 different lives. We love repurposing content. This video, for example, it'll be this full-length video that you'll see on YouTube. Then it'll be a full-length video that you'll see in IGTV. It might be a clip that you see as a video in feed on Instagram and on Facebook and Twitter that directs people to YouTube. And then it'll be a blog post. Look at this, I'm already at like 5 or 6 different ways that we're repurposing this content. Then it'll be a blog post. And what will that blog post be? Something that lives on our website, but also something that gets turned into an Instagram post by taking a quote out of here and directing people to the blog post, or it stays on its own. But that just shows you that you can take one piece of content and turn it into 8 to 10 different pieces of content. It's actually endless. You can really stretch it out. And this is great because it's either you can use it to direct people to go somewhere, like direct them to a YouTube video or direct them to a blog post. But you can also use it as standalone content that is just smaller and niched. I love podcasters do really well at this. We have a podcast. We're big on cropping certain things out and sharing what's relevant for that one topic, whether it be like a nice 3 to 5 minute video. Joe Rogan is great at this. There are a lot of people who are doing this, and it's great for pulling one topic that's super niche to an audience and making sure that they just get that nice bite-sized version of it.
Number 7, UGC, user-generated content. This is a key one. If you're unable to create the content yourself, let your audience do it for you. So most brands who have a product or potentially a service will have organic user-generated content that they would have either been tagged in, or they would have had a hashtag, or it could have been a location tag, 3-tag approach, where they're able to find the content. So generally, users are stoked if a brand is going to take their content and then repurpose it. Always give credit, of course. If you would feel more comfortable, you could ask permission. Generally, that would be the way to move. If it's a professional photographer or someone who clearly gets paid for their content, don't take it. Reach out to them first.
Definitely.
There will be a fee for that.
Yeah.
If you go and post someone else's stuff without their permission can result in a not too wonderful situation publicly for the brand. So you want to avoid that, but reach out, and there's so much good stuff out there, and if we usually try and do that for most of our clients.
Yeah, we implement user-generated content every week.
Yeah, it's super key.
Number 8, share curated content. So when we say curated content, that's stuff that you didn't create, but others have created who are like-minded to you. We love this because it adds to your arsenal of content that you have, so you don't have the burden of always creating yourself. And what I love about creating it is it kind of lets your audience see what you're into. It helps people to understand your business's ethos. So for example, we'll share a lot of entrepreneurial content, maybe some financial stuff, and obviously a lot of social media and marketing information. And that lets our followers know who we are and what our interests are and what they can expect from us. And what I like about it is that it can also help you build connections, which is very, very cool. So if you're continuously sharing a key person's content, you'll probably get on their radar, and then maybe you'll build a relationship, which would make sense if you're like-minded, and then you can decide to partner on something together, which is very, very cool. And also make sure to share anything that your followers have shared with you. So off that UGC thing that we were talking about, sometimes you might not want to post the content in feed if you're a little... particular. Well, if you're a little particular like we are about how the feed actually looks, what's great is that you can share all that stuff to stories. We've actually built series around sharing stuff to stories. So maybe we do one day a week where we post a bunch of stuff from all of our followers that don't make it in feed but put it into the stories. There's a lot of cool ways to create a series out of something like that as well.
All right, number 9, boom, post throwbacks. So throwbacks are not only for Thursdays. It's a great way to take older content, potentially things that have a great contrast to where you're at now, and then bring it back and show people the journey, show people your growth. For example, like a label design or some sort of product design. If you've got something from a few years ago, you can put that, post that in the feed, potentially in a slideshow with today's product. 1, it promotes the product anyway, but 2, it just shows how far things have come. I love seeing that maybe in the beer world with older label or can designs, and then you see where they're at now.
Ooh, those old labels.
Right?
Those old labels were
pretty
rough.
bad.
Yeah,
pretty bad. So it's cool, but it shows people like, wow, these guys really did focus on their branding, and it just helps with the positioning, and it's just fun. You've already got it. It's already there. And it's kind of fun for you as the brand owner to look how far you've come. It's kind of like a bit nostalgic. And you can use this hashtag throwback. Like I said, it doesn't have to be TBT or Way Back Wednesday or
Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday, I forgot what it was.
Wow, so many ways.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, post old stuff.
Number 10. Look how many we're giving you, okay? This is so much content. We've taken you, if you took one every single day, you're basically getting into 2 weeks of content now.
I think there's
with
14.
Individual pieces of content. And there's 14.
Wow, that's actually 2 weeks.
Wow, look at that, 2 weeks of content.
Value.
So number 10 is how-tos and tutorials. Tasty, this is why Tasty blew up.
Yeah, they killed it.
Which I think is from BuzzFeed, right?
It's a wonderful question. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So, but basically, if anyone knows Tasty, I'm gonna put the little thing there. That's the little instructional videos there, which show how you build ingredients and create this cool meal at the end. They've perfected this, and it is so valuable. What we're doing right now is technically a how-to video as well, right?
True.
So if you're ever in a field where there are instructions, which every field you can definitely be teaching people how to do certain things, especially as it relates to your field. We definitely highly recommend creating either how-to or tutorial videos or how-to blog posts that you can actually bring into any of the social media platforms. For example, on Twitter, you could do a how-to thread. On Facebook, you could do a how-to video. On Instagram, you could do a how-to IGTV, and then you can also do little slides, basically in a slideshow. So there's so many ways to showcase that type of content. Coming back to repurposing, if you create it once, you can use that again and distribute it to so many different types of content. All
right, number 11. Can you give me a 1? I started it, I thought I was going to stop, and I was like...
You're like, I've come this far.
I've come this far.
Fair enough.
Graphics and memes. So essentially, a lot of... Basically, memes are the most popular type of content on the planet right now. And a lot of brands, particularly some of our clients, we create our own memes and graphics, and they perform exceptionally well. So, you could share a popular meme, which is kind of cool, I guess. It shows you with it.
Yeah.
But it's not the same for a brand unless you customize it. Mm-hmm. So if you can get an existing meme that's kind of popular and then customize that for your brand, that's where you're going to hit. One thing that Tiff did recently for our client, Burrito Boys in Ontario, there was this video on Twitter, we'll pop it up, of the 2 little boys in New York running to each other, like really far and going to hug. And Tiff just customized that, put little tags, and they one said me, one said Burrito Boys, and it was perfect. That was probably, I want to say, without looking at the report yet, probably one of the highest performing pieces of content this year.
Yeah.
And a few other ones we also do for Burrito Boys, those Twitter, like I think they're ASCII, the ASCII, like where they make a picture out of keystrokes or whatever, different characters. Customizing those, they slay.
It's so like tapping into the culture, so that's what you want to do. Yeah.
And you can do that with your brand very easily. You can just see something, be inspired by it, make your own version of it, or edit it, put your logo on it, whatever it might be. Get creative with it, and show your audience that you are in with the culture. I mean, I guess it would depend on the business, but still, fun idea.
Number 12. I'm giving you my 2.
It's good. Thank you.
Number 12, and kind of following actually what you're saying about the memes, are trending topics. This is huge on Twitter. If there is a tasteful way to get in on a trending topic and insert yourself in that conversation, definitely do it. So you can do that when it comes to just creating a cool graphic or something for something that's trending. So technically I wouldn't say to go into anything political, but for example, like when Donald Trump had that Covfefe thing, a lot of coffee brands and stuff were going in and like kind of jumping in there, being like, oh, maybe he's talking about coffee, or this is what happens when you don't have a coffee, or just anything that's like a random trending topic that you can jump in on. It's going to be super, super valuable because it draws a bunch of attention to you, and also it's a fun, out there, fresh piece of content. Just make sure that it's relevant to you.
All right, my favorite number, 13.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Run a promotion. So if you're sort of stuck for something to post, you could do a flash 24-hour sale. You could come up with something really quickly, a discount, a 2-for-1, a BOGO that you enjoy.
A BOGO? I actually just found out what BOGO, that's the reason why he's saying it. I didn't know what BOGO meant. How? I don't know how.
Right.
That just shows you I'm not really a shopper.
That's good, right?
But it means buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
And there was a 24-hour BOGO sale that I took advantage of. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what the BOGO means or whatever. And then, I realized after the fact. Yeah.
Hey, we all get there eventually. To be honest, I didn't learn it that long ago either.
Yeah, I'm not a shopper. Not a shopper, guys.
It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing,
right?
But if you could put some sort of promotion together, whether it's something you think about ahead of time and it's like for a full week, or if it's like, you know what, we should do 50% off tomorrow. Black Friday is coming up in a couple weeks. No, like this week, next week. When's American Thanksgiving?
I thought Black Friday is
American
November something.
Yeah, it's November now.
All right. Yeah.
Either way, very soon. So you could do a Black Friday sale. That's something, because this is coming up today. This video is going out today. We're filming on the day.
Think about that. That's something really good to think about.
And Cyber Monday.
I don't know. If I had a retail brand, 100% I'd be taking advantage of that.
Just be creative. Take advantage of opportunities like this, particularly right now. It's right here. You can think about it and do it on the spot.
Number 14 is to run a poll. Number 14 is to run a poll. So polls are super easy to run. They're very low-hanging fruit in terms of creating content out there that's fresh and interesting. So think about running a poll. They're great because you can get answers to your questions from your customers who are following you. But they're also good because they're available everywhere. So on Instagram stories you can do them. You can do them in Facebook. I think in YouTube you can do them with a video as well. Instagram you can.
Yep,
and it's just like you get to ask cool, fun questions. One of our clients, we do this week to week with them. If you want to know if your customers are interested in you adding something or changing something, that's a good way to find out. But it's a really fun way to just tap engagement, and it's kind of like a pulse check. Just make sure that people are still around and still seeing your content and engaging with it.
And on top of that, I was just thinking, it reminded me, ask a question, period. Even if it's not in a poll format. We did one for Burrito Boys recently. What new toppings do you want to see? It went crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how many answers we got. The list I gave to the client, I think we had 40 or 50 suggestions. Wow. And a lot of them were multiples. And that wasn't within a poll format because it was open-ended. So if it's a closed-ended question, use a poll, or just ask a question, whether it's the text option on stories, the caption, or you have it on a nicely designed graphic image on the Instagram feed, or just text statuses on Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for the video. That is 14 new fresh content ideas for you to implement basically tomorrow. Right after watching this video, you can take these and see how they can be interpreted for your business. We highly recommend keeping your content fresh. That's the best way to keep your followers engaged and to just have profile visitors turn into followers, because they're going to come to your feed, see that there's all this interesting stuff available for them, and they're going to convert into a follower. So guys, if you watched this video all the way to the end and you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. I should also say thank you for watching and thank you for making it this far. That means our content was so valuable. Yeah, definitely, right? To not miss out on any other content from us, hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell. Follow us everywhere on social media at High Season Co. This is going to be a blog post, and you can check out all our other blog posts and resources on our website at highseasonco.com. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.